Welcome to another episode of TRILL TV. I'm your host, Coach Bailey.
This is TRILL TV. 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 Yeah.
Welcome to another episode of TRILL TV. I'm your host, Coach Bailey. And today's guest is one of my favorite individuals in the whole wide world. She drove me crazy. I'm telling you, throughout the 4 years she played for me, she might be the reason why I'm bald, man. You might be the reason why I lost my hair.
I think he was bald when I first met him.
I was a little bit, but I was losing my hair at the time. But Kimora KP Perkins, how are you doing?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm doing good. It's good to see you.
It's good to see you too.
Yeah,
I'm
it's
glad
good
we're
to
here
see-
together, honestly.
Yes. So let me rewind because I'm being rude. Before we get into our conversation, every guest that come on my show, I like to give them their flowers. You know what I mean? And I just want to let you know that I'm proud of you. I'm happy. You making me smile.
You're making me
I'm
smile.
proud of you. I'm proud of you, and I'm happy to see the person that you have become. Your journey wasn't always smooth, but you stayed at it. Like, you kept fighting to be successful. So I just want to let you know that I'm proud of you. I love you, and I'm glad to see, or I'm excited to see what God has for you in the future. You feel me?
Mm-hmm.
My peoples.
Thank you. I appreciate
So,
that.
I know who Kimora Perkins is, so tell the audience who Kimora Perkins is.
So I'm Kimora Perkins. I'm a hardworking person, I'd say, and I've been teaching myself discipline and like accountability. Like growing up, I still am pretty hyper, but like I never like really took anything serious, even though I was like good at a lot of stuff. One of them being basketball. I never took basketball as serious as I should have. Not that I regret it now, but never took it as serious as I should have. And that taught me like pretty much just to be disciplined from leaving high school. It taught me to be disciplined, like more disciplined than I was, and like to hold myself accountable and just keep staying in the course.
That's
So,
good. That's good.
That's who I am.
Yeah.
I'm an outgoing person.
So look, it's crazy that you brought up basketball. Kimora, when I first saw you in that gym when you walked in there as a 9th grader, I'm like, man, dang, this girl is going to be good. Like I just knew it. I said, okay, after Morgan transition out, we got Kimora Perkins. You know what I mean? She gonna be a dog. And one thing that nobody probably really saw in you, that you were a natural scorer. Like, you can go get a bucket.
Mm-hmm.
I remember, what was that, district semis? You got in trouble, had to sit you down. You came in the fourth quarter, the last, minute, and scored 10 points? You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Then
that's
when
crazy.
we played in the district finals, I think you had like 14 or 17
It was 17.
points. 17
I
points. Oh
remember.
yeah, you
Yeah,
remember.
it was 17
points. And you put on the show. And in our first game out, or no, was it our first? Yeah, first game out, you scored 21 points. So again, like, you were naturally gifted. And watching you play throughout the course of your year, throughout the course of the years that you played at Gahanna, I really enjoyed it. It was crazy because I was thinking about your basketball career on my way home for church, and I thought about a regret, right? So I have one regret, and one regret that I have is dismissing you from the basketball team your junior year. And this is the reason why I regret it, because I'm being honest with you. I don't know if I made an emotional decision or that decision was led by God. You know what I mean? But what I do know is that it never destroyed our relationship. Like, you know what I mean? We still good. We still tight. And that's one thing that I truly value and appreciate. So if it was an emotional decision, I just want to let you know that I apologize. But if it was a godly decision, I watched you grow from that coming into your senior year. Like, your work ethic went up. Like, you was a competitor. You didn't quit despite how you may have felt I was treating you at the time. You kept pushing. So once again, from that aspect, I am proud of you.
Thank
You know
you.
what I mean?
And thanks for apologizing.
Yeah, you're
Okay.
welcome. You're welcome.
No hard feelings.
So let's dig a little bit deeper. I'm gonna give you a phrase, right? And I want you to tell me what words come to your mind. All right. The man in the mirror.
Holding yourself, or okay, free. What words come to my mind?
Yes. Or no, it could be a word or a
okay.
phrase. It could be a word or a phrase.
Accountability.
Accountability.
Is one word I'd say.
Okay.
Honesty.
Honesty.
And I'll do another word. One more word. I guess fear.
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 So you said accountability, you said honesty, and you said fear. Why did you choose those words?
Honesty, because obviously you're looking in the mirror, so be true with yourself.
Okay.
On who you are.
That's good. That's good.
Be true with yourself on who you are, because like obviously there's a lot of people who don't take accountability for like their actions, what they do. They blame, they point the finger, this four fingers pointing back at you. So
Right. That's
just
good.
take a look in the mirror, self-reflect, and like take in everything. Just figure out what it is that you're doing wrong.
Okay.
You know what I mean? And just work on it.
Okay.
So in honesty, like be honest with whatever it is that you're struggling
Right.
with. Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So that's what I'd say, those three words: honesty, fear, and accountability.
Okay, and then why did you say fear?
Fear, because some people are afraid to show who they not show who they truly are, but to accept.
I agree though. I think some people are afraid to show who they really are, but also afraid to accept who they really are too. So I agree with you. So go ahead.
Yeah, some people are afraid to accept who they really are, and they'll look in the mirror. Someone would tell someone to look in the mirror and tell me what you think you're doing wrong.
Okay.
And they'll be afraid to show like what it is that they're really doing wrong and afraid to change. Some people are afraid to change, and that's okay, but some people are afraid to change, so that's why I would say fear. And why I'd say honesty is pretty much just being true to yourself and like be honest with yourself. If you look in the mirror and you pretty much say, there's nothing that I'm doing wrong, you're lying to yourself.
Right.
So honesty, like be honest.
Right. And I think that the three go hand in hand, right? So when you're honest with yourself, I feel like you can hold yourself accountable. And then you can also address your fears. So those three words are very, very good. So when Kimora Perkins look in the mirror, what qualities or characteristics do you see of yourself?
Right now?
Yes,
currently?
right now, currently.
I see... I'll say I see myself as being disciplined.
Discipline? Okay, that's a good one.
Accountable.
Accountable?
I'm gonna use some of the same words because those are just two big words
that
just matter in life. Discipline, accountable, and I'll say caring.
Caring?
Yes.
I think all three of those words fit you because you are, number one, you are a very caring person. As long as I have known you, you will give somebody the coat off your back to keep them warm. You know what I mean? And your personality is very loving. Like you got a real good spirit. Discipline. Why did you say discipline?
Because discipline is really just what gets you through life, honestly. And I've been learning that the past year. Pretty much like just doing what you're supposed to do when you're supposed to do it. If I tell myself I'm going to wake up at 7 in the morning, then I shouldn't be waking up at 7:30 or 8 o'clock or 10 o'clock. I should be waking up at 7. If I tell myself I'm going to go work out this day or I'm going to go on a run, then I need to be going on a run and doing that. Because if I don't do that, then that's not being disciplined. And I've just been learning that because once you're disciplined, you get into a habit and you get into a schedule. And I've been getting myself into a routine.
That's good.
And it's like it feels good. And like when I don't do those things, then I feel like bad. I feel bad.
Right.
And I don't like to feel that way.
And I'm gonna say this. I'm
gonna
say this, Kimora. A lot of people think that, especially like some of the individuals, teachers or coaches, they may think that in high school you wasn't very disciplined. That's not true. Like you are very disciplined. Like you are a very hard worker. Sometimes you chose not to be disciplined.
Yes.
but you were very, very disciplined. When you put your mind to something that you wanted to do and you set out to accomplish, man, you was on it. I don't even think you remember like your freshman and sophomore year, like you was in the gym almost every day. Hit me up, Coach Bailey, can we get in the gym? Because you wanted to work hard. Like you just said, you set that schedule and you said, this is what I want to accomplish. So I'm about to discipline my mind and my work ethic to go out there and do it. And you always had that in you. And I'm happy that you beginning to see that for yourself. So when I see Kimora, I see perseverance. I see everything that you had to go through and overcome to become the person that you are today, right?
Yeah.
I see courage. I see kindness. I see boldness. I see a strong woman of God. And I'm just, again, man, it's so amazing, man, that I'm able to take this journey with you. All right. So now we're gonna transition into identity and self-perception, right? So identity and self-perception are important tools that we need to help ourselves grow and develop, right? So when I think about self-perception, I think about a story, right? Of you telling yourself of who you are, right? So I think about the confidence. I think about self-esteem. I think about self-worth. So growing up, what was the perception you had of yourself?
Honestly, I always thought I was like, what's the word I could use? I always felt like I was like different.
Okay.
Like in a sense, because how growing up I was like good at basketball. Okay, so I'm good at basketball. I'm good at sports. I have everyone telling me that I'm so good. Like they're one of the best players I've ever seen. So I thought I was always different. I always had like a lot of friends. So it's like hard to say I'm like an outcast because I wasn't really an outcast, but I kind of felt like an outcast in a way. Right. Like deep down I did. I thought I was different growing up. And I thought that I always knew that I would grow up to be something like great, in which I'm still growing to be that person. Yes. I'm not that person yet, but growing up, I always knew I was going to be something great, whether it was with basketball or whatever else I chose to do in life. So I would just say different. Okay. I felt different growing up.
So let's dig a little deeper because you said something that sparked my interest. You said that around your friends you didn't feel like an outcast, but inside you felt like an outcast. What caused those feelings?
I just feel like I don't like a lot of the things that my friends like or like to do. I don't like to do those things, or like I don't really care for those things. So like that's why I felt like an outcast in a way. I felt like an outcast in a way, like around my friends. Not that I didn't feel like comfortable, because I'm comfortable with them, but they just did like a lot of things that I didn't agree with or like care for. So it just made me feel like kind of like an outcast.
That's good.
But I still like fit in though.
Right. So no, that's good. But I think that's the piece where you said that feeling like an outcast helped you realize that, you know what, I am different. You know what I mean? So I think that's good. I think that's good. So, what are you good at, and what would you say your skill sets are?
I'm good at. Okay, one of my skill sets is knowing how to talk to people.
I agree.
Yeah, I know how to talk to people. I'm good at. I'm good at being that. I'm gonna keep saying discipline because I really do think I'm good at being disciplined.
I agree.
I really do, and like, there's like so many people that are around me in my life who aren't disciplined, and it like bothers me so bad because like I can't force anyone or like make anyone be that person that I want them to be, but it's just like, why don't you like want that for yourself? And like it just really frustrates me. Like inside, it truly does. Like every single day, I'm around someone who isn't disciplined and doesn't do the things that I do. So it just does something to my heart. Like it really do be like hurting kind of. I'm just like it's just frustrating. It just be stressing me out, low key. I don't like that.
So what are some practical things that you can do to help the individuals around you become a little bit more disciplined?
I
and
don't
hold
even
them
know
accountable?
because it's like they don't. If you don't want to be, then like you're not gonna be. So
Right.
it's like I try to like get these people around me like on the same wavelength that I'm on, but it's like they don't want to.
Mm-hmm.
So like I don't. Not that I don't have an answer for that question, but it's like if they don't want to, then it's just gonna have to happen when they finally decide to wake up and say, "I'm gonna do this today. I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna do this." Like if
Okay.
they don't want to, then whatever. I guess I'll just be the motivation and keep doing what I'm doing, and they'll eventually see like, oh, I want to be doing what she's doing.
Right. Right. No, and I think bingo. I think that is the answer to your question,
Mm-hmm.
right? Or the answer to my question, because your friends watch your actions, right?
Mm-hmm.
So they see you waking up every morning, being disciplined. You say you got to be there on time. You're gonna be there on time. Like, you know what I mean? You say you're gonna go work out. You're gonna go work out. God give you an idea or a dream. You pursue that idea and that dream. You say you're gonna be faithful. You're gonna be loving. You're gonna be caring. You're gonna be kind. You continue to hold yourself to those standards. So what begin to happen is those individuals are watching your actions,
Mhm.
right? So because they're watching your actions, that right there is going to be the motivating factor that help them share those same qualities that you're trying to teach them.
Mhm.
Sometimes as individuals, we can talk, but talking ain't doing nothing.
Mhm.
You know what I mean? Sometimes we just got to just continue to say just say one thing and then continue to show that our actions back up our words.
Mhm.
You see what I'm saying?
Exactly.
So
No, literally, and that's what bothers me the most. What I was saying, like, it just gets so frustrated because like I hear all this like chatter, and then I see them not doing it. I'm just
Mhm.
like, why are you telling me this? Like, if you're not gonna do it, like, you're just lying to me and to yourself.
But
And
that goes back to the accountability piece.
exactly,
You hold them accountable.
exactly. That's
Right.
why I keep using those words because like those I've been like really working on those things, and like I want to be someone who's accountable and someone who like holds himself accountable and someone who's disciplined. So I'm gonna just keep preaching that.
No, and keep preaching it and keep showing it in your actions too. Challenges, right? Challenges and resiliency. In this life, we gonna have problems, right? It's nothing that we can do about it. They gonna come, but we can respond to them differently, right? So we're gonna experience failure. We're gonna experience fear. Sometimes we may even feel like a failure. So my question to you is, at any point in your life, did you feel like you were a failure? And if so, how did you handle those feelings? And what strategies did you use to overcome those emotions?
Okay. Excuse me. The first time I'd say I felt like a failure was when like I had a thought just now when you first asked that, and I was like thinking after high school, but there actually was a time when I did feel like a failure in high school. And it was when I was dismissed from the basketball team. I was like, how did I let myself like get kicked off the team? Like it was serious, more like, and I know it was my attitude. That's always been the problem. My attitude. I've always talked back. It's always been my biggest problem. And like I took accountability. I looked in the mirror. I'm like, okay, like Kimora, it's your fault. You can't point the finger. You can't be mad. So yeah, I felt like a failure. And I'm like, what is everyone gonna think around me? My dad. What is my dad gonna think? What's my mom gonna think? What is my family, my friends gonna think? And some of my friends, like, they were like making fun of me. Like, it's fine. It's fine. Like, because I understand, like, it's horrible that like, that happened. But yeah, I felt like a failure. I'm like, what am I gonna do? Like, now I gotta spend this whole season. I've never not played basketball during the winter, like in school. So I'm like, I don't even know what I'm about to do.
Right.
I just felt bad.
Right.
I'm just like, I was sad. How did I overcome that? What did I do to overcome that? I looked in the mirror, realized that I was a problem. I said, okay, well, I can't do anything about it now. I'm already off the team. So I'm just going to work hard, keep practicing, go back next year and play again, try out for the team, make the team, and play. I just prayed and thought about it a lot and just owned up to it. I just accepted it, honestly. I just accepted it that that's what happened and I can't do anything to change it. Yeah.
So look, I'm smiling right now because, man, like, number one, you wasn't a failure, right? you made a mistake, and the mistake that you made, there was consequences to it. And it's crazy that you said the way you handled that situation was you had to look yourself in the mirror, right? And coming into that season, I said, man, is Kimora gonna change? Is Kimora gonna change? Because year after year, Kimora said, like, okay, Bailey, I promise I'm gonna change and I ain't gonna do that more. And then remember, man, I don't know if you remember, even going into the season, man, you got in trouble about going over at the football game, taking a flag. Kimora, I came to school. Kat said, man, I don't know what we gonna do with our girl, man.
Oh
She was
my
at the
God.
football game. She went over on the other side and took their flag. Coach, man, what are we gonna do? I'm like, oh my Lord. And then I think something
Oh
else
my
happened.
gosh.
So I was asking myself, like, dang, man, did she learn from this? But it's crazy that you sat and processed that. But by the time the season came, and I used to have a conversation with the coaches, like, hey man, if she didn't learn from this, the same thing is gonna happen. But when you got into the season, like, you can see that you were really trying to change, right? And change don't happen overnight. You know what I mean? It's a process. So when you came back and tryouts had started, I saw that you wasn't the same Kimora that you were as a junior. You know what I mean? You did do things differently. Did you slip up and have some Kimora moments? Like, yeah, like you human, but you didn't have as many.
Mhm.
And to see that change and to hear you, you know, articulate that on how that process went, again, is amazing because I always wondered, like, what was your thought process in that time? And hearing that you said, I had to look myself in the mirror so I can hold myself accountable. Like, man, you can't ask nothing more than that. And that goes back to your 3 words: discipline, accountability, and fear. And you wasn't a failure at all. You learned from it. Look who you are today. You know what I mean? So that's good. Anything you want to add to that?
Mm, no.
No? Okay. So what would you say to that individual who feel like they are a failure?
Like any individual or
Yeah,
like me back then?
any individual, the person that you are right now, right? Because you have grown a whole lot. You are a different person. What would you say to that individual who may be watching this podcast that feel like they a failure?
Mm, if you were able to watch this podcast currently, if you're able to watch this podcast, then you're not a failure because you have another day ahead of you to pretty much go after whatever you like want to go after.
Okay.
You have another day to do that.
That's good. So every day, God supplies us with new strength, with new grace and new mercy to go out there and achieve your goal. Fear is a natural feeling. You know what I mean? Feeling like a failure sometimes is a natural feeling. But what we just talked about in Bible study 2 weeks ago, we talked about reverse your mindset. You know what I mean? So when we do feel those feelings, like of being a failure, we got to begin to use the word to reverse our mindset, or use a proverb to reverse our mindset. Use something that our coaches or our parents or our friends may have told us to motivate us to reverse our mindset. So that is that. Do you have a child who struggles or needs some extra academic support? If so, click the Q&R code. Read Efficient, empowering academic excellence in reading and math, one session at a time. Let's shift to career and purpose, right? So I believe college is not for everybody at all. I know we push, oh, you need to go to college so you can be successful. That's not always true. You know what I mean? College may have been for me, but college may not have been for you, right? Our roads and our journey are totally different, right? I was able to go to college, graduate, and get a bachelor's degree in criminal justice. Your college journey was different. You went for a semester and then you said, you know what? I don't think that college is for me. I'm about to take a new route. So what was the deciding factor that encouraged you to take that different path from pursuing a college degree?
Honestly, just going to college, I just felt so out of place. And after a while, I was like, basketball isn't my life, and I cannot do this for 4 more years. I can't do this for 4 more years. I already, like, being in high school, I already didn't even like, I like school, but like not enough to like do it another 4 years. I'm like,
Right.
I'm only here because I'm playing basketball. If I was not playing basketball, I would not even be in college.
Right.
So after a few months, I just was like, I don't want to keep wasting my time, wasting my money. I don't want to keep wasting my time. So I'm just like, I'm just going to go back home and figure out what I'm going to do with my life. And yeah, I just left. I left school. That was insane. I just one day like thought that and I just left. I was like, I don't want to do this anymore. I don't feel right here. It doesn't feel like I should be here. I feel like I should be doing something else with myself. And I made that decision myself. I didn't talk to anyone about it, I don't think, really. Not even my like parents. I didn't talk to them about it. It was a decision that I like solely made. And I'm happy with that decision, honestly.
Yeah, and here
and I don't regret it.
No, and you shouldn't regret it, right?
Mhm.
Because again, why should you regret something that helped you grow and develop, right? I remember the conversation when you told me like, hey, I don't think I'm going back to college. I don't want to play basketball no more. I'm about to try to get my real estate license, right?
Yes.
And I wasn't mad that you stopped playing basketball. I wasn't mad that you said I wasn't going to college anymore. I was happy because you found something that you were passionate about. And I remember hearing your voice and you telling me about you about to pursue the real estate game. You were happy, you were passionate, you were confident, and you like, man, I can do this. And I ain't gonna lie, like I can see you selling an individual or not selling yet, helping an individual buy a house. Like you are a people person, like you say. You know how to communicate with other people. You got a warm spirit. You know how to make people feel good. You know how to help people see things from different point of views. And I was like, okay, man, she about to do this. And I was so happy for you. What was that process like?
So it didn't happen. So 2022. Yeah, it didn't happen immediately, honestly.
Okay.
I knew that real estate was probably something that I wanted to do. And like growing up, I used to always watch like real estate shows, HGTV, all that good stuff, which that's nothing like real estate
Right.
in real life. But I used to always watch those shows and like see all the houses and like see them helping people buy a house, sell a house, whatever, seeing all like the designs, the architectural designs, all that good stuff. So I was like, that's like low-key something I want to do when I grow up. So transitioning into real estate, I told my dad, or I got a job when I got back from school.
Okay.
I got a job, and I was working that job for a while. I told my dad one day that I wanted to do real estate, and he ended up like, paying for my classes. And I took a year like studying. Like I finished my classes in a month, like the required courses in a month, and then I just spent the rest of the year like studying because it was really a lot to learn. Honestly, took the whole year like studying. And I don't even think I started my real estate classes until like over a year after me leaving school.
Right.
Like I just took that time to just think about life and, get my mind right.
Okay.
But yeah, did the required courses, studied, and eventually passed my test. And I was like, I like this. This is what I want to do. I felt good about it. It felt right. Like deep down, it felt right. And I'm happy with the decision I made.
Which you should be. No, like I feel like you should be. And I remember, what was it, back in March 2025, March 3rd, when you made that post and you was dressed up and everything and you was super excited and you let the world know that you passed your test.
Yeah,
you know
I was
what I
happy.
mean? Like, yes.
I was so excited because I'm gonna be fully transparent here. I didn't pass my test the first time, and I was like, I failed a few times, and I'm like, what am I doing wrong? Because like when you fail, you don't know what you got wrong in the test, like
Right.
at all. Like you just get a score, you don't know what you got wrong. So I'm like, I don't even know what I need to be studying, what I'm doing wrong. So I'm like literally stressing myself out, and I'm like feeling like a failure again. I'm like,
Right.
can I not pass the test? Like, is this even the right career for me? Like,
Right.
can I get past the hard part first? So yeah, I couldn't even pass the test at first, and I eventually passed, and I'm like, yep,
So so
yep, I knew I was gonna pass.
so even in the midst of your failure, or even in the midst of you feeling like a failure,
Mm-hmm.
you stayed true to your core values, right? Which is number one, hold yourself accountable. I got to sit down. I got to study more,
Mm-hmm.
right? Being honest with yourself and how you truly feel when you look in the mirror, like, okay, I do feel like a failure, but you didn't stay in that moment because you had the discipline to pull yourself out, right? And to keep studying and stay at it. And I think that these are three attributes that we should all add to our own personal life: holding ourselves accountable, being honest to how we really feel, and being disciplined enough to pull ourselves out of that moment. You see what I'm saying?
Yes.
Because you did the same thing when you felt like a failure when you was in high school and you was dismissed off the team.
Mm-hmm.
And again, like, you learned the lesson in high school. So when you graduated from high school and you started life, you just said, like, you know what, I've been down this road before, and I know what it's gonna take to pull me out of it. You know what I mean? So
And it's not easy.
no,
Like, it's
it's
not
not.
easy to just, because I could have like stopped taking the test, but then that's like really me failing at that point. Like,
Right.
I gave up. I'm not a quitter. I could have stopped trying, but you gotta just keep going.
You got to keep going.
Like, nobody cares about you complaining. And
And-
that was one thing that, like, even leaving school, I'm like, I'm not gonna just leave school and not do nothing with myself and mope around like, oh my gosh, like, I couldn't play basketball. What am I gonna do with myself? Like,
Right.
no, I didn't do that.
Yeah, but you had, when you left school, you had a plan.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that a lot of times when we say we about to stop doing something, we stop doing it and we don't have a plan. So when we don't have a plan, what we don't realize is we about to fall right on our face
Mm-hmm.
because we don't have a plan that's going to say, like, you know what, all right, I'm about to quit school, but then I'm about to go over here and I'm about to start doing this real estate. I'm about to talk to my father. All right, he going, help me pay for the classes. I'm going to sit down and I'm going to study. I'm going to do all these little things. You left with a plan, and a lot of times we don't do that.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? So in the midst of you starting or pursuing your real estate license, you also started your own personal cleaning business, right?
Yes.
Spotless solution for you.
Yes.
What made you get into that?
Growing up, my brother's dad, we have different dads. My brother's dad my brother's dad's mom had her own cleaning business.
Okay.
So my brother's dad would go help her clean and stuff, and sometimes he'd let us come. I'm like in probably like 5th, 6th, 7th grade, like helping him clean.
Okay.
And it was like really easy, honestly. Like, it's like it's general cleaning, vacuuming, wiping down a desk maybe.
Okay.
It's like a clean area, like that you're cleaning. It's like an office building.
Okay.
So it was like really easy. And I was just thinking of ways I can like have passive income. And I was like, maybe I can do that. So I eventually just, last year, September, I was like, I need a way to make passive income. I need another source of income. So I'm like, what am I gonna do? I opened a cleaning business. And yeah, I went from there. I was like, I don't know how I'm gonna get clients, but at least I have a business. Now I just gotta get some clients. And months pass. I'm at work one day. I'm working at New Albany Country Club. And even starting there, I'm like, how am I gonna use this job to my advantage? Because it's a country club, so
Right.
they have money, and I'm sure someone can help me get further up in life where I want to be.
Right.
So I'm like, how am I gonna use the job to my advantage? So I'm talking one day to this member who I always see. I've always seen him. Every time I see him, he's always reading the newspaper, but I've never really talked to him. Whole time I'm thinking he's a doctor. When I finally talk to him, he really has a what is it called? A building company. So talking to him, and I'm like, he's telling me like what he does for a living, and then I'm like super nervous because like I'm like, maybe he can be my first client, but I'm like literally not even knowing what I'm about to say to this man.
Right.
And I'm like so scared. But he asked me what I do, and I'm like, okay, I guess this is my time to shine.
Right.
And I was like, well, I've been working here for over a year, and I am trying to get my real estate license right now. And I didn't have my license at this time. This is February of last year, of this year. I didn't have my license at this time yet. It's like, I'm working to get my real estate license, but I also have a cleaning business with my brother. We're partners. And he was like, a cleaning business? And he was like, well, I have a building that I could probably use your help on. And that's how I got my first contract. And yeah, it's been good since then.
That's what's up.
Yeah, I got my first contract, and I actually just got another one with like the same guy. So yeah, just gotta stay the course and just talk to people. You never know like how someone can help you and or who they know. So just talk, be confident in yourself. That's what life's about, being confident. Nobody knows if you don't even know if I'm nervous or not right now.
Right.
But I'm a little bit nervous.
No, but it's cool. What you hear, you're doing
exactly.
it. You're doing it despite how you feel.
That's what life's about, just being confident in yourself. Nobody knows if it's real or not.
Right.
Just do it.
So it's crazy. Like, do you still work at the country club right now?
No, not right now.
So the country club was just a stepping stone, right? It was a job that you pursued to, again, help you, meet your needs, basically, right? And a lot of times we be in situations that we really don't want to be in, or we have jobs that we really don't want, we're really not happy, but instead of using those jobs to network like you did, we use those jobs to complain.
Exactly.
I don't really want to be here. Like, you feel me?
Yeah, it's like it's so annoying. And like a job like that, it's like clearly, yes, a lot of us probably don't want to be here, but I figured out a way to use it to my advantage. And like the job, it's not a bad job.
Right.
People just like to complain, honestly.
Right.
I complain sometimes too, but like people just be liking to complain. It's not a bad job. It's a good environment. You're around a lot of great people who are doing well in life. So like, why would you not want to figure out ways to like network with them or figure out ways to, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah, so I just like literally used it to my advantage, and it taught me how to talk. Like I've already known how to talk to people like growing up in life, but it taught me how to talk to people in a more respectful way, right and wrong words to use. It was just a good job to have. I really did enjoy it, and like I manifested there, and you see where that got me.
Yeah,
so.
and this is the Kimora Perkins that I saw as a kid, right? In high school. Kimora Perkins.
He really had a positive message. Like he really showed me, I don't know if you guys could tell, but like I have a disability, and when he was speaking about his disability.
I'm a 12th grade student reading on the 6th grade level. And you want me to go to college?
If I can get to a place where he is, where he's speaking to people, where he's changing people's lives, then I'm gonna be okay. Like,
girl in my past leave a stain on my face called pain. Look and listen. I want you to feel my scar. Like the Lion King, I was crazy and sing like Star. Some nights I want.
Kimora Perkins is going to learn how to use the situation to her advantage, right? You place at the country club, you know what I mean? You like, all right, this is not my final destination, but I see that it's a lot of people in here that I can network with. You see an opportunity, you go for it.
Exactly.
You had that conversation, then you get a contract. You know what I mean? And that's what life is about. Sometimes God places us in different environments, and we can't just sit and complain in that environment. We gotta look for opportunity to grow in that environment. And that's what you did. And we're talking about God. We referenced God a few times. So joy, peace, faith, right? So beyond your career, I want to talk about what are some things that keep you grounded, right? What brings you peace, and what is your source of joy?
I say my source of joy is really like making people like feel good about themselves, like making people happy and like just being a caring person. And I keep saying that I really am like a caring person. Like even if someone like treats me like horribly, like I still like find a way. And it's so annoying. Something that like I don't like, it's kind of annoying about myself. Like someone can treat me the worst way and I'll still like try to, just do right by them or like do a good thing for them. Whether it's work, whether it's family, a friend, whoever. So helping people like truly like makes me feel happy.
Okay.
And like working at the country club, like helping people like made me feel happy, and like they interact with me, I interacted with them, and it just has taken me places that I never even thought I would be. What brings me peace? I'd say lately, what's been bringing me peace is going on a walk.
Okay.
And it sounds simple, but it's good to go on, like I do it in the evening, like when the sun's going down, sun's setting. It's just peaceful. Like it gives you time to like self-reflect, gives you time to just look at the world, how beautiful it is.
Mhm.
That brings me peace. And it's
Okay.
like a part of my routine now. Like I've been going on walks for past like few weeks, like every day in the evening. I do that. And like if I don't do it, how I know that it's in my routine now, if I don't do it, I feel weird.
Okay.
Like, I literally feel weird if I don't do that.
So on your walk, what what are you doing?
I'm just observing. That's first. Looking
Okay.
at the sun, how beautiful the sky is. Just observing. I'm thinking about what I can do to make myself better
Okay.
and like how I'm gonna get through like a hard moment. Like, excuse me. Right now, like in real estate, I haven't been doing as much as I could, honestly. And like one of those things is making phone calls every day to
Okay.
potential clients.
Okay.
I've started doing it yesterday actually. Like started like actually buckling down. I'm gonna continue to do it
Okay.
like this upcoming week. But thinking about how I can like be better like with real estate because like that's what I want to do in life.
Right.
And I have to step out of my comfort zone, which I've been in it for like all of summer. I was in my comfort zone. So thinking of ways to step out of my comfort zone and just be the person I know I can be, the person I've been like praying for over the past year, thinking of ways I can become that person, like really how can I like really lock in? And how I really can lock in is being disciplined and like holding myself accountable
Okay.
and making a plan for myself. So each walk I go on, I'm literally just thinking about my career and
Okay.
where I'm going to be in a few years, as long as I stay the course.
So you said on your walk you pray. How often do you pray when you're on your walk?
Every time,
Okay.
honestly, every time I go on a walk, I'm just talking to myself, just thanking God for just asking Him to give me like strength and guidance and to show me the way and whatever I don't understand to help me understand it. Just talk with me, and even if even if I don't get anything from that, it makes me feel good and it calms me.
Okay.
And just knowing that I was able to get that off my chest, and eventually I'll get a sign or an answer,
Mm-hmm.
and just having faith.
So you said even though he doesn't, he may not answer in
Mhm.
that moment, you feel a sense of peace, a sense of comfort. And like when I look at you and I see the person that you have grown into, I realize that your peace and comfort don't come from the world. It comes from the Lord. Today, you just got baptized.
Yes, I did.
Yes, you
And
did.
I felt good.
You felt good about it.
Mhm.
Like,
I feel happy about it.
yes. And when I text you this morning about making sure that we was gonna still do the podcast, and you told me that you were about to get baptized, like, man, I was so excited for you. What made you say, like, you know what, I'm ready to take this step and allow the pastor to go ahead and dip me in the water?
So it was weird, and like I was like reverting back to what I was just saying. Like he may not answer in that
Mhm.
moment, but like I eventually will maybe get a sign. So last week in church, but I want to like rewind all the way back.
Okay.
Rewind
You
all
good.
the way back to August. So back to me being I want to rewind back to high school
High
first.
school. Okay, we go. Yeah,
So,
however far we need to go back, we good.
so like my problem always growing up has always been like this. Like I'm always like saying something, whether it's me having a smart mouth or just saying something rude.
Uh-huh.
Like, and I still have that problem, and I'm like really working on it. I've gotten a little bit better, but like it's still a problem, and I'm gonna like own up to that. So in August, I actually got fired from the country club. I
Uh-huh.
got fired from the country club because I was running that mouth.
running
I
that
said
mouth. Okay.
I said something rude to a manager, and now today they want me to come back. So clearly it wasn't even that bad, but they want me to come back and work because
Uh-huh.
I'm a good like worker.
Yes.
And yeah, so now after getting fired in August, now we're in September, I just self-reflected and took accountability for like everything that I did.
Mhm.
And I'm like, okay, Kimora, like, yeah, you shouldn't have said what you said to this manager, but obviously you can't mope around, you can't go cry, you can't like mope and complain. So like, and you've been sending me scriptures since high school, and I read them every single morning. Like every single morning. If I don't read it that morning, I'll read it, and I
Yeah.
do. I'll eventually read it. So I've always like I've always like prayed and all that. And after I got fired, I was like, okay, well, I need something to make me like feel good. And my manager from that country club actually got me a Bible last year, and I started to read it a little bit, and it made me feel good. And then he invited me to his church. Like he's been trying to get me to come to his church for like a while, and I eventually said yes.
Okay.
And I went to his church, and like 2 weeks ago, I'm sitting in church, and I'm like, literally just like the idea popped in my mind. I was like, I want to get baptized. Like I just thought about it randomly. I don't even know why I thought about it, but I thought about it. And I was like, I want to get baptized. And this is like 2 weeks ago.
Right.
Thinking that. I'm like, who do I talk to get baptized? When will it happen? How long will I have to wait? All that good stuff. That day I didn't mention it to anyone, but the next week I went to church, which was last week. Literally the pastor was talking about how today, like, people are getting baptized. And I'm like, I just was thinking about this last week.
Right.
And I felt like that was like a sign that I should get baptized.
Right.
Whether I have this grand testimony or not, like I don't have this grand reason of why I want to get baptized. I just felt like it's the right thing to do. It's something that I want to do. And I felt good about it. And I'm like, that has to be a sign. Because I literally just thought about it. No one had even mentioned it. And then the next week I come to church, he's talking about baptism the following week. I'm like, So it made me want to. And I feel good.
Yeah, and it's funny. I think that you said on your walk, sometimes you be seeking to God for guidance.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? And maybe even when on those journeys where you were seeking God for guidance, maybe he was depositing that into your spirit.
Mm-hmm.
Like, you know what I mean? Giving you the urge to say, like, you know what I mean? I do want to change, and I do want to get baptized. And then when you heard the pastor say it, that was just confirmation.
Mm-hmm.
Spiritual discernment is very, very key. Like, you know what I mean? When something get dropped in our spirit, we got to pray for wisdom to see, like, all right, is this myself? Is this the enemy? Or is this the Lord? And sometimes, man, when something get dropped into our spirit, God can confirm that through somebody else.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? And man, the video that you sent me of, you know, you getting baptized again is amazing, because I pray that every kid that I coach one day will build a relationship with the Lord, because I know that God has the power to transform and change our lives, to give us advice on which road we should take, or which decision that we should make, or when we do face hardship, he supply us with his peace and his strength to overcome that situation. And so when I see a person like you or Morgan or Kyla or some of the other young ladies that I coach or young men that I coach turn their life over to God or get baptized, like, it just warmed my heart, because it's bigger than basketball.
It is.
Like, you know what I mean? I really genuinely want to see y'all grow and reach y'all maximum potential. The scriptures that I send you posted on your social media.
Mainly my favorite ones, like ones that I don't post all of them.
Right.
Like not nearly all of them. But like if I read one that like really like hits home, I post it. And like I have a favorite one, and one of the scriptures just says, to be great in God's kingdom, you have to have a servant's heart. And I think that I have a servant's heart. Like I give. I always give. So that's like one of my favorite like quotes from one of the scriptures that you sent.
Do you know what a spiritual gift is?
Elaborate.
A spiritual gift. So, all right, what is a gift?
Something like, if I give a gift to you, something that
Yeah.
you'll like.
I like.
Something that you like.
Right. So
something that makes you feel good.
Right. So it's something that you give a gift that if you give me a gift, you're giving me something.
Mm-hmm.
Right. So you using it as service. Right. So a spiritual gift is a gift that God give us to use to serve him and to give to benefit, to help benefit his people, if that makes sense, right? So one thing that you've been saying throughout the course of our podcast is you love to help. Being a helper is your spiritual gift. It becomes natural. You see what I'm saying? It was a natural gift. And then one day you decide, like, you know what, I'm about to try to change my life. And you gave that gift to God, and then God gave it back to you, and it became spiritual. So within your helping, God is gonna use you to save a lot of people lives. And that is your gift. Take ownership in that. So if anybody asks you, like, hey, Kimora, what is your spiritual gift? Number one is you a helper. That's easy. Another spiritual gift is your kindness. You know what I'm saying? Naturally, you are kind. You know what I mean? So no matter what's going on in your life, don't never stop operating in those gifts. God gives us gifts to serve his people and to bring him glory. And every time you go out there and you being kind to somebody and you helping somebody, right there, your actions is displaying that, God, I love you and I'm gonna serve you despite whatever I'm going through. Does that make sense?
Yes.
So what's your spiritual gift?
A giver. I want to say a proud giver.
A proud giver. I like that.
Yeah.
Yes, a proud giver.
Yeah,
That's a
because,
proud
like,
giver.
Because, excuse me, just because you give doesn't mean you want to give. Like someone can tell you, go do this for someone.
Yeah.
And they don't even want to do it, but they're going to go do it because they were told to do it.
Right.
And they give them the gift or whatever, and they didn't want to do it. I truly, like, anything I'm giving someone, I truly want to do it. And being a proud giver is just a good thing, honestly. Like, you should want to do it.
Right.
You shouldn't have someone telling you. It should be is it unconditional?
Yes, unconditional.
Yeah, it should be
Yep.
unconditional, not conditional.
Right.
You know what I mean? It shouldn't be conditional. You shouldn't be doing this because you want something in return, or because someone told you to. You should do it because you want to.
Right. And let's think about God. God shows us unconditional love.
Exactly.
Even when we sin, even when we fall short, like, he don't not love us.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Like, he loves us in the midst of our sins. So his love, his unconditional love, is what changes our heart and changes our mindset to do what's right. He don't beat us over the head. He don't make us feel guilty. I feel like God is like, I'm going to love you so much that my love is going to help you change.
Mm-hmm.
And I felt like, looking at your journey in life, I can see God loving you so much, and his love is one of the motivating factors that help you grow into the person that you are today. So on your journey, continue to seek God, continue to believe in God, continue to take your walks, view the world, pray, seek his guidance, seek his wisdom, seek his knowledge, and he gonna lead you. And I want to give a shout out to your dad. I want to give a special shout out to your mom, because, man, you know, Kimora, you ain't easy, dog. Man. But they, despite y'all arguments, despite y'all disagreements, like, man, they really, really love you, and they have been supporting you since day one. You know what I mean? Whether y'all see eye to eye or not, like, I feel like they always, you know, supported you. And to see your dad, you know, today, watching you get baptized, man, he was a proud father today. And he said one thing, he said, like, I'm always support Kimora in her ideas and in her dreams.
He does always say that.
Yeah, but he mean it. And you know, y'all done had y'all hiccups in high school. Like, you know what I mean? To where, oh, I'm not saying nothing to my dad. Because you know how you can get. Like, you know what I mean? But in the end, y'all still family. He still love you, and that's still good. So, in ending, right? When people look back on your journey years from now, right? What did you hope they say about Kimora Perkins?
I hope they say that she didn't give up. She stayed the course, and I admire that. Because it's so easy to give up when things aren't going your way, when you can't control things that you want to be able to control. It's easy to give up. It's easy to stop. It's easy to just go be in your comfort zone, sit on the couch, do nothing with yourself. But for them to see like everything that I've like had to go through and what I had to face and how I had to keep going, I hope they like really like they really admire that, because it's not, like I said, it's not easy. It's not easy to fail your test and have to go take it again. It's not easy to get fired from somewhere and go on about your life. It's not easy to get kicked off of a team. It's not easy to have to like leave school and not really know your next move. You know what you want to do, but you don't know how you're going to get there. It's not easy to do that. It's not easy to go through that. And like, it was like hard. Like I felt alone sometimes and just like, oh my gosh, like when am I going to finally like get to where I want to be? Like how long is it going to take? How much longer do I have to keep doing these things? So yeah, I just hope that they really like see how I had to do it and they take it in and try to like, I hope that I'm an example. Like I hope that I'm a good example, and I hope that they're able to learn from my mistakes, and I hope they're able to be disciplined and like hold themselves accountable. Like those 3 words that I was using in the beginning: discipline, accountability, and fear. I hope they're able to use those 3 words to become the person that they want to be, whatever that is, and pursue their dreams.
Right. No, that's good. So if people wanted to get in touch with you about a spotless solution for you, what is a way that they can get in touch with you? Like, what's your email that you use?
The email is spotlesssolutionsoh@gmail.com.
Okay.
And then I also have business cards for that. I'm sure if you like looked it up on the internet, you'd find our handle. Someone wanted to reach out to me about realty, about selling a house or buying a house. I'm on social media, and I'm on, if you look up Kimora sells ColumbusOhio.com, that's my website. Very nice website, look it up. My phone number is on the website, my email's on the website. It's actually on other things too, like other platforms like Realtor.com and Zillow. And I get phone calls like tonight, and I never know, like I'm not used to getting like random phone calls besides spam. I never know how they even got my number, but I keep figuring them like literally online now.
Right.
So it's like weird.
Right.
But yeah, there's ways you can find me.
There it is. So we gonna end with this. Remember, 3 words: discipline, accountability, and face your fear.
Yes.
Right? Discipline, accountability, face your fears. I promise you, if you apply those to your life, it will help you grow into the person you want to become today. Thank you for tuning in to TRILL TV. And remember, if it ain't TRILL TV, it ain't real TV. Peace.
Yeah.